Hello students, I am Dr. Gajendra Purohit and you are watching my YouTube channel where I upload videos for engineering, mathematics and B.Sc. If you are preparing for any competitive exam where higher mathematics is asked, so my channel will be very helpful. I have started new series on discrete mathematics and I have uploaded a lot of videos there. Today we are going to cover a topic known as propositional logic. Students, in the first part I uploaded a video and in that video I explained the whole concept to you guys. In this video, we'll cover some topics that were left in the first part. One more thing, if you want to watch my previous videos, you can get the link in the comment and in the description box. Okay, now let's move ahead. In the previous video that I uploaded, I discussed in detail about conjunction, disjunction and negation. So you can watch previous video by clicking on I tab, then you'll be able to understand it properly. Now let's discuss that what is conditional statement. Conditional statement means many statements are of the form of if P, then Q. Such statements are said to be conditional statement. Means if this happens, then this will happen. And we denote it here in this way or we denote it like this also. Is this clear? Sometimes this will be written in the question like this or sometimes there will be arrow, but it means same. Now let's understand this through table. So students, if P and Q is given to us here like this, so what will be P implies Q? If both of these are true, then this will be true. If both these are false, then it will be true. If one is true and other false, then it's false. If this is false and true, so this will be true. Since it is a bit hard to remember, so I will explain a trick to you guys. So when you have P implies Q, then in that case, first of all, you need to identify which are the places where P is false. Okay, so wherever it is false, in that place its output will be always true, right? Now you may ask what to do if it's true, true, if it is true, true. Then in that case, you have to check Q. If in Q here is true at both places, then it will be true. But if here is true and in Q here it is false, then it will be false. Clear? If you remember this trick, then you can easily solve problems. I will go over a couple of examples that will help you understand the concept. Okay? Now biconditional statement. Biconditional statement means if and only if this is here, then this will be also here. Now for example, the statement P if and only if Q. Such statements are said to be biconditional statements and it is denoted by this or by this. We can denote it like this or like this also. Okay? If we understand this using truth table. So what does it mean? Let's consider here true, true, false, false and true, false, true, false. If it is true, true, so it will be true. And if it is false, false, then also it will be true. And in all other cases, it is false. Is this clear or not? So you need to pay attention to this. Ultimately, students get confused here. I want to tell you if here P and Q are given and here is P implies Q. So what is difference in both of these? Now let's understand it, right? Like this is true, this is true, this is true, false, this is false, true. And students, here you can see it is false, false, right? Now its output will be true when it is true, true, right? So I said that when it is false, then it will be true. And when it is false here, then also it will be true. But students, in this case, when here is true, then we will check here. Here it is false, so it will be false. You can see that output of both of these is different. What is the difference? Here false, false is coming to be true and here true, true is true. But you have to keep in mind that when it is true, false, then here it is false. And when here is false, true, then it is true. In the other hand, when here is false, true or true, false, the output is false, right? So we need to pay attention. It happens often that students are confused with these two, so I tried to clear it. Now we will discuss about the converse, inverse and contrapositive of a conditional statement. What does these mean? First, we will talk about the converse of a conditional statement. How to do converse of conditional statement? Students, we know that this is our conditional statement. It means P implies Q, so what will be its converse? It will be Q implies P. So this is called as a converse statement. Let's understand this with an example. If X is laborer, then he is poor. So what will be its converse statement? It will be if X is poor, then he is laborer. So this will be its converse statement, right? Now inverse of a conditional statement. If here we have been given P implies Q with a conditional statement, then its inverse statement will be negation of P implies negation of Q. It simply means that not will be added in front of both, right? Let's try to understand this with an example. If Harsha reads a book, then he will get knowledge. So here not will be added. So the inverse of this is if Harsha doesn't read a book, then he will not get knowledge. So this will be what? It will be its inverse statement, right? You have to keep this in mind. Now let's discuss what is contrapositive of a conditional statement. If we have P implies Q with conditional statement, then in that case, the negation of this will be opposite. Negation of Q implies negation of P is called a contrapositive. Think of it this way. In real analysis, we learned that if a function is differentiable, then it is continuous. So the contrapositive of this would be not continuous, not differentiable. Okay? It will be opposite, not continuous, not differentiable. So this will be its what? Contrapositive, right? So you have to keep this in mind. Let's move ahead. Now students, let's try to understand. If we are given show that this is a tautology, then what does it mean? So it means that if the total output that is coming is true, 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 then it is a tautology. And if all of the outputs are false, then that's what we call a contradiction. I have already explained this in a previous video that I have uploaded. So now let's see that whether this is a tautology or not. Here P is given to us, so what will we do next? Here is Q, so let's take this first. So it will be true, true, here it will be true, false, false, true, and then this will be false, false, right? So we will take these, okay? So students, first of all, we will talk about this P and Q. Also, we will take true as 1 and false as 0, okay? So you have to keep this in mind. So whenever AND comes, it means multiplication. So 1 into 1 is 1, therefore it will be true. 1 into 0 will be 0, which means it will be false. 0 into 1, then answer is also 0, so false. Finally, 0 into 0, answer is 0, so false. Now we will talk about P. Or Q, this is OR. You know that in OR we do plus, right? This is 1 OR 1, so answer will be 1, okay? Normally, if we have 1 plus 1, then the answer is 2. But here we'll represent it as 1, so it's true. If we have 1 plus 0, answer is 1, which is true. And 0 plus 1, the answer is 1, it is true as well. Here 0 plus 0 is 0, so this will be false, right? And now in these two, it is the implies one, right? So students, P and Q implies P or Q, right? And now let me tell you guys another trick. Whenever we get this type, then in that case, you have to check where is the false, false. You can see false is at 3 places, and whenever false is at 3 places, then it will be true, right? Now you have to keep in mind that when true is coming, so we will check this one, what is coming here in this one, okay? We have true here and true here, it means that here it will be true. So we can see what we have now, it's a tautology. So that's how we can prove this very easily. Now let's see the next example. Let's look at the next example. The next question is this formula a tautology? Yes, it is asking whether it is tautology or not. So whenever we have this type of question, first you take P here and Q here, right? So here we will have true, true. Here it will be true, false. Here we have false, true, and then false, false, okay? We will take this. Clear? Now first of all, we will calculate their values. So firstly, I will calculate value of the inner one. Because if we take the inner part first, it will be easier. So I will calculate value of the inner part, which is Q implies P. And whenever we have Q implies P, first take Q, and to take Q first, search for false in Q. False is here and here, which means it will be true, right? If we have true here, then we will look for next true. So here is the true, so this will be true. We have false here, then it will also be false here, okay? Means if false is here, then it will be false. Let's look at the inside part and let's solve this one first, okay? So students, here we will get P and here we will get Q implies P. Okay guys? Here we have AND, so if we take these two, then this is true and this is true, so this will also be true. It is AND, so we will do multiplication. This is 1 and this is 1, so 1. Now we have 0 and 0, so 0 into 0 is 0, right? So this will be the answer, right? And this 0 multiplied by 1 is 0, so this will also be false. Is that clear? Now we are going to calculate its value. P implies, here we will get P and Q implies P, right? Can you see this or not? So this is given to us. Now we will calculate its value here. So whenever we have its value, we will check P. So where is false in the P? So you can write TT very easily, right? Now you can see that TT is coming here and here also. Okay. So it's true, 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 true. Then the output will also be true, true. So students, can you tell me what will be this? This will be tautology. Like this, we can prove this very easily. Now let's move ahead. This is lengthy question. We need to understand this properly. Prove that this is tautology or not. So we are being asked if this is a tautology or not. Guys, whenever we have P, Q and R, we need to understand the total statements that we have. Okay? Students, whenever we get like this, let's say that if we get P and Q. So I will tell you that this will be true, 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 false, false, true. Okay? We have false, false. This is the option. There are 4 options. But when we have PQR, we'll have 8 options. Remember this. So if we have P, Q, R, there are 8 combinations, then we will have true, true, the next will be false, then false, right? Then false, true, false, then true, true, false, then false, false, true, and then all 3 will be false and then false. So ultimately we can create this table this way. Or if you don't understand, let me tell you. You can understand it in this way as well. Students, it's PQR, I will write it here. So I wrote P here, then I wrote Q here, and then I wrote R here. Please pay attention how we will do it. So let's take true, 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 right? And then we have true, true, false. Then we will take true, false, true here. Then students, here we will have false, true, true, then true, false, false. Then false, true, false, then false, false, true. Then here we will have false, false, and false. Clear? So we will get this. Now students, you can see that we are being asked this value. And, okay? So students, here it will be P and Q and R. So I want to tell you that whenever we have to find the value of this one, we'll take true as 1 and false as 0. And here, since it is or so, we'll add value. Okay? If after adding value, it is more than 1, so it will be true. And if it is 0, so it will be false. So let's add all 3. 1, 1, 1 will be added. Answer will be 3. So this is true. Write true here. 1 plus 1 plus 0, it will be true. Here it is 1 plus 0 plus 1, so it will also be true, right? This will be true. This will also be true. This will also be true. But here is false, false, false. 0 plus 0 plus 0 will be 0, so this will be false, right? You need to understand this. We have changed the combination a bit here and wrote false, false here. That's why false and everything else is true here. So ultimately, this table and this table are almost same. It's just that sequence is little changed. No need to worry, right? Now what will we do with this? We calculated its value. This is the answer. Now we will calculate its value, right? So first of all, we will talk about P implies Q, right? So students, whenever we look at P implies Q, we first find wherever false is in P, and at those places we will write true, right? See, here we have false, so I will write true. Here is also false, therefore here also I will write true. Now let's move ahead. We have true here. And now we have to see, whenever we have true here, we will check Q. If Q is true, then it's true. If Q is false, then it's false. Here in the first case, we have true. So this will be true, right? Then we have false here, so this will be false, right? Then we have true here, so this will be true. Then we have false here, so this will be false. This will be its value, right? Now let's talk about this implies Q. Now we will do this implies Q. So in this case, we will do this implies Q. And now I will erase it so that you don't have any problem in understanding things, right? This implies Q. It means P implies Q implies what is coming here. It is Q, right? Let's talk about this. So we are getting this and we are also getting Q, right? So we have to take this and we have to take this also, right? First of all, let's see where it's false. We have false here and false here. So let's put true here. And now whenever we get true, in that case, we will also check this one, that wherever true is coming in this. So true is in first one. If it's true here, then it will be true here, right? If it's true here, then it will be true here, right? Students, here also it is true, so this will be true, right? It is true here. And now what is coming here? We have true here. And what is coming here? We have false. So this will also be false. Then we have false here. So we get false here as well. Now tell me, what will we do next? Let's take it to R. So what will we have? It means we will have P implies Q implies Q implies R, right? We will take this. Is this clear to all of you? So please pay attention here. What are we getting here in this case? Here we are getting R. So I am right or not? So we will take this. So students, here we have R. And here, as you can see, we will have this, right? So whenever we have this, we'll first look at where is the false in this. Here there are two false. Then what will we have here? It will be true, true. Clear? Here is true, true. Now we will look here in this, that where false is. At that point, it will be false. Rest everywhere we will have true. True is also here. Now false comes here, so it will be false here. Then it will be false here. Then it will be true. Then it will be false here, right? Now we will do implies R again, okay? So it simply means that P implies Q and implies Q implies R and implies R, right? This will come. Is this clear to all of you or not? So same, we are removing this. Oh no, this was just by mistake, so we will take this again. Okay, I think this is our only. So there's no need to remove it. This is what we want, right? Now guys, first of all, where we have false, we will write true there. So this is true, and this is true. Clear? Now we know that whenever we get true here, then we check wherever true is coming in this. You can see that true is in first two, so it will be true, true. Okay? And this is already true. Now students, if this is true, then this will also be true. And then here it will be true. We have false here, so we get false here, and this will be true. So students, you can see that. This is the final output. And here this is final output of this one. I am right or wrong. We will apply a biconditional statement, means we will apply if and only if. Okay? And whenever we have an if and only if statement, we'll put a biconditional symbol between this and this. Same like I did right now. Biconditional will be added between these two. So whenever we have biconditional, what will happen to true, true? You guys need to pay attention here. Whenever we have true, true, it's true. I'm not writing it here. This value will be here and this value will be here, right? So it is true, true, true here, true, true, true. And here also we have true, true, true. This is true and this is also true, so this will be true. Here this is true and this is also true, so this will be true. But listen, this is false and this is false, so this will also be true. And then this is also true in the last. Now you can see that all of these is true, so this will be a tautology, right? So this is how we do it. I explained one thing here on the screen, but here I've explained it to you in a better way. First, we have a small correction here. You must do that. Students, we have false here. False, false, true, so this will be according to that. So we made first table here, then we made the whole table. So this is its output and this is its output. Between these two, I solved the final value. So we have tautology here, right? This is how you can understand. So next question is, what's next? Here we are given P, Q, R. I'll explain it here. It'll be better. So students, we have P, we have Q, and we have R here, right? So students, whenever we have question like this, what do we do here? Here, we will take true, true, true. And then it will be true, true, false, then true, false, true. Then it will be false, true, true. Then true, false, false. Then false, true, false. And then, so false, false, true, then false, false, false. So we will get this one. Is this clear to all of you? Now students, do you know what we have to do next? You have to prove that. This is equivalent to this one, right? So first of all, we will calculate value of this. Then we will calculate its value and prove it. So let's do one thing. Remember, this sign is same, so no need to worry. Students, do you have any idea that what we will do first of all? So firstly, I will calculate value of Q implies R. So when it comes to implies, I told you that whenever this happens, first of all, check where false is coming. So one false is here, one is here, next is here, and one is here. So students, we'll make it true here, we'll make it true here, and we'll make it true here. Now, whenever true comes here, then we see where it's true. See, here it's true, so it will be true. But here it is false, so this will be false. Here it will be true, here it will be false. Students, here you can see each is same, so no need to worry. We can do it easily, right? Now, let's see this. And also this. So this will be P. Implies. Q implies R, right? Actually, this sign and this sign that is here are the same. Now we will take these two, okay? Right? Now let's check where is false in this. One false is here, next false is here, next is here and here. So here we will have true. We will also have true here. Here we'll also have true and here we'll also have true. If it's true here, then we'll see where it's false. See, it will be true, true, true. If it's true, false, then it will be false. If it's true, true, then it will be true. And if it's true, true, then it will be true. So this will be the final output, right? Now we will talk about this one, okay? We will talk about P and Q, right? Yes, we are talking about P and Q, right? Here it has and in this, it means we will do multiplication by taking 1 and 0. So, true, true. Students, it will be true. 1 into 1 is equal to 1. This will also be true. Here, we get false. Here, this will be false. Here, we'll get false. We'll get false here. Students here will get false, false, false. And students here will get false, right? Now, we have to do implies with this. So, P and Q. Implies R, right? So, what do we do whenever we get false? We will check where is false, right? Here it's false, 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 here it's false. So, in that case, we'll have true, 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 and true. Now, it is true, true here. So, let's check R. It is true here, and in R, we have true, false. So, whenever we get true, true here, then we check this. So, true, true, true is true. But students, here true, false. So, we'll get false. Now, students, check whether these two are same or not. You can see the output and input. It means that value of this is coming to be this, right? And the value of this is here. So, values are same for both of them. It means they are equivalent. So, this is how we can easily prove it. So, students, this question is for the comment box and you have to comment the answer in the comment box. And if you want to watch more videos of discrete mathematics like this, you can go and watch them here. I have just started a new channel where I'm uploading a lot of short tricks. So you can go here and watch it. Here you can subscribe to the new channel and follow me on Instagram from here. Thank you so much for watching. Like, share and subscribe to the channel. Press the notification bell so that you get notifications of the upcoming videos. Please answer this in comment box. Thank you.